Hi everyone. In this lesson, we are on page 96 on your books. We are on this page and we will start unit 12B here. Okay, if you are ready, we can start now. And the title of unit 12B is Think Before You Speak. That's a very nice title actually, because we must think twice because we start talking. So let's look at the listening part first of all. Look at the photo of two women, Rosemary and Iris, and what do you think they are talking about? Here, as you can see, there are two old ladies and they are talking to each other. And if you look at their faces, you can understand that they are gossiping. So this woman says, "You will never guess what has happened." And the other one says, "No, that can't be true." So if they are saying such sentences, what are they talking about? Can you guess? Most probably they are talking about their neighbors or they are talking about their relatives and they are gossiping about them. And they are talking about some negative things about them actually, not some positive things. Okay, so listen to the conversation between the two women and who are Jack and Emma and what has happened to them? That is the question. Now, Rosemary and Iris, these are the old ladies. They are talking to each other in this conversation and they are talking about Jack and Emma. The question is, who are they and what has happened to them? Let's listen and please answer these two questions.
12.3.
Hello, Rosemary. How are you this morning?
Hello, Iris. I'm fine, thanks. But you'll never guess what's happened. Jack and Emma have broken up.
No! Jack and Emma? From number 36? Oh, that can't be true. I saw them last week and they looked really happy.
No, it's definitely true. I heard them shouting. They were having a terrible argument.
No. When?
Last night, after he came home from work.
Oh, what did they say?
Well, I wasn't really listening.
Of course not.
But I couldn't help hearing. She was talking so loudly. And of course, the walls are very thin.
So, what did they say?
Well, she said that she was going to stay with her mum. She told him that she wouldn't come back.
Oh, how awful. What about the children?
She said she'd taken them to her sister's. I suppose she'll take them with her in the end. And anyway, then 5 minutes later, I saw her leaving the house with a suitcase.
No. Why do you think she's leaving him? Is he seeing another woman?
I don't know. Oh, here's my bus.
Oh, I must go and tell Mrs. Jones at number 14. She's always thought there was something strange about him. I'll see you later.
Bye, love.
Okay, so we listened to Rosemary and Iris. They are talking about their neighbors. Okay, so Jack and Emma, they are a couple and they are their neighbors. And the question, what has happened to them? The answer for this question is they believed that Jack and Emma has broken up, right? So they believed that Jack and Emma has broken up. If you want, you can see the answer on your screen now too. So Jack and Emma are Rosemary's neighbors. And they believe that they have broken up, they have separated, okay? And we are going to listen to the same conversation again between Rosemary and Iris. And this time I want you to look at the questions in exercise C. As you can see, there are 4 multiple choice questions here. Please, while you are listening to their conversation, try to find the correct answers for these questions. But before we listen again, please read the questions and the options. Okay, if you are ready, let's listen again. Please try to find the correct answers for these questions while you are listening.
12.3.
Hello, Rosemary. How are you this morning?
Hello, Iris. I'm fine, thanks. But you'll never guess what's happened. Jack and Emma have broken up.
No! Jack and Emma? From number 36? Oh, that can't be true. I saw them last week and they looked really happy.
No, it's definitely true. I heard them shouting. They were having a terrible argument.
No. When?
Last night, after he came home from work.
Oh, what did they say?
Well, I wasn't really listening.
Of course not.
But I couldn't help hearing. She was talking so loudly. And of course, the walls are very thin.
So, what did they say?
Well, she said that she was going to stay with her mum. She told him that she wouldn't come back.
Oh, how awful. What about the children?
She said she'd taken them to her sister's. I suppose she'll take them with her in the end. And anyway, then 5 minutes later, I saw her leaving the house with a suitcase.
No. Why do you think she's leaving him? Is he seeing another woman?
I don't know. Oh, here's my bus.
Oh, I must go and tell Mrs. Jones at number 14. She's always thought there was something strange about him. I'll see you later.
Bye, love.
Okay, so let's check our answers. The first one is Rosemary thinks she heard them. The correct answer is A, arguing. Okay, she believed that they were arguing. And number 2, according to Rosemary, Emma said she was going to stay with her mother. C is the correct answer. And number 3, Emma said she had left the children with her sister. B is the correct answer. And number 4, Iris is going to tell another neighbor. C is the correct answer. Okay, these are the correct answers for the questions. And also in this conversation, the lady says that I couldn't help hearing. Okay, the lady used such a sentence, I couldn't help hearing. She said, I didn't listen, but I couldn't help hearing. If you use couldn't help or in the present time, I can't help, it means that you can't stop something. Okay, bir şeye engel olamamak, mani olamamak. For example, I can't help laughing means I can't stop laughing. Okay, I keep laughing and I can't stop it, it means. So I couldn't help hearing means I couldn't stop it. Okay. And let's go on now. Now we listened to Rosemary and Iris, and they were gossiping about Emma and Jack, but we don't know the real conversation between Emma and Jack. Okay, we just listened to Rosemary's ideas about their conversation. Now we are going to listen to what Jack and Emma really said last night, the real events. Okay, was Rosemary right about everything? Now we will listen to the correct conversation, the real conversation, and then we will talk about the differences between the reality and the gossip. Okay, let's listen.
12.4.
Hi, Emma. I'm back. Where are you?
I'm upstairs in the bedroom. I'm packing.
Why? Where are you going?
I'm going to stay with my mum.
Your mum? Why?
She's had an accident. She fell over in the street yesterday and she's broken her leg.
Oh, how awful. Poor thing. Shall I go and make you a cup of tea?
That'd be lovely. Thanks, darling.
How long do you think you'll have to stay?
I won't come back until the weekend, I don't think.
Sorry? Until when?
Until the weekend. I'll have to make sure she's okay. I've taken the children to my sister's for the night and she'll take them to school tomorrow morning.
Can you pick them up after school?
Of course I can, darling. Now, don't worry about anything. We'll be absolutely fine. Drink your tea, and I'll go and get your suitcase.
Thanks, darling. The taxi will be here in 5 minutes.
So as you can see, the real conversation is completely different what Rosemary thinks. Okay, so in the real conversation, Jack and Emma, they were not arguing actually. They loved each other very much. And what was the problem? The problem was Emma's mother. Emma's mother has had an accident, and because of this, she wants to go and stay with her mother for some time. And therefore, she's going to take the children to her sister, and after school, her husband is going to take them. So there's no problem in their relationship, actually. You can see the answers on your screen once more. So she either misunderstood a lot of what she heard or only heard part of the conversation. So Rosemary's ideas are completely wrong. And in fact, Emma isn't leaving Jack. She's going to look after her mother because she has had an accident. Okay, she's going to look after her mother because she has had an accident, and therefore she's going to take the children to her sister, and she will take them to school, and after school their father will go and take them from school. So in the real conversation there was no problem, but in the gossip there was a big problem. Now here in these texts, do you or your friends ever gossip, it says? Sometimes we all gossip, but of course it is not something right to do. In the grammar part here, we are going to talk about reported speech. So before we go to the grammar bank page, let's look at this exercise and let's talk about the questions here. Compare what Emma said, direct speech, with what Rosemary says that she said, reported speech, and underline the words it says. Now, let's look at the first one. This one is Emma's real sentence, what Emma said. I am going to stay with my mom. This is the real sentence. And now Rosemary reports this sentence. Okay, so this is indirect speech. Rosemary reports this sentence and she says, she said that she was going to stay with her mom. So if you compare the first sentence and the second sentence, what are the things that we change in the second sentence? We change I into she, am into was, and my into her. Okay, these are the changes that we need to do here, and we are going to talk about their structure later. Next one, Emma said, I won't come back. This is the real sentence. And Rosemary reported this sentence, and she said, she told him that she wouldn't come back. So what are the words that we change in the second sentence? So we change I into she, and we change won't into wouldn't here, okay? And look at the last one. Emma says, I have taken the children to my sister's. This is the original sentence. And Rosemary reports this sentence, and she says, she said that she'd taken the children to her sister's. So what is the difference between these two sentences? Which words do we change? We change these two words. I've turns to she'd, and then my turns to her in the reported form. Okay, so let's go to page 148 and let's talk about the rules for reported speech or indirect speech. Now, let's listen to the examples here in the box, and later we will talk about the structure.
12.5.
I love you.
He said that he loved me. I've just arrived.
She said that she had just arrived. We'll come at 8.
He told me that they would come at 8.
I don't want to go to the party.
Jack told Anna that he didn't want to go to the party.
Okay, we listened to these example sentences, and now let's talk about reported speech. As you can see, in the direct speech, we give the original sentences, and reported speech means to report the same sentence to another person. So we can say that we use reported speech when we are gossiping mostly, okay? If we report someone's sentence to another person, then we need to use reported speech. Birinin söylediğini bir başkasına nakledeceksek eğer, bu durumda kullanmamız gereken yapı reported speech. Yani bir nevi birinin söylediğini bir başkasına anlatmak, dedikodusunu yapmak gibi bir şey diye düşünebiliriz. Peki, let's look at the explanations that I have prepared for you before. Okay, here, as you can see, there are some examples for reported speech. First of all, we start reported speech sentences by using said or told, okay? We can use any of them, but there is a big difference between them. Be careful. If you say, she said that, that is in parentheses because you don't have to use it. If you want, you can use it. It doesn't matter. We say she said that, or she told me that. The difference between said and told is here. We use me, we use an object after told, but after said, we don't use an object. This is the difference. If you want to say said, and if you want to use an object, you must use to here. She said to me is also possible, but we don't generally prefer it. We generally prefer she said that or she told me that. We generally prefer these beginnings. But if you want to use said, and if you want to use an object pronoun here too, then you can say she said to me this time. Be careful about this difference, okay? After said, there is no object pronoun. After told, there is an object pronoun. Be careful about this. Now, when you are changing the sentences into indirect speech, when you are reporting the original sentences, there are some changes that you need to think about. The first change is 1/10 back rule. Okay, 1/10 back rule means you will look at the tense of your sentence and you will use 1/10 back in the reported speech sentence. Okay. So look at the sentence of the direct speech, look at the sentence, look at the tense of the original sentence, and use 1/10 back rule in the reported sentence. Now, let's look at the examples. I am thirsty. Here, as you can see, we use am, present simple. And if you want to report it, start with she said that, or you can say she told me that. She said that. She was thirsty. Be careful. Am turns to was here. So here, present simple. Now 1/10 back, past simple. Okay. I have lived in Kayseri. Present perfect tense, as you can see. In the reported sentence, she told me that she had lived in Kayseri. So present perfect and 1/10 back rule, it becomes past perfect. Next one, I went away at the weekend, past simple. So you will go 1/10 back, and in reported speech, she said that she had gone away. So past simple goes 1/10 back and it becomes past perfect again. We're having a party, present continuous. So he said that they were having a party, this time past continuous. So present continuous turns to past continuous here. I will come later, will, be careful. And in reported speech, she said that she would come later. So this means that will turns to would in reported speech. And it had rained, past perfect. And let's look at the reported form of it. He said that it had rained. So past perfect stays same in the reported speech, because past perfect is the final stage. There is no tense back past perfect. And therefore, past perfect stays the same in reported speech. And shall turns to should, for example. I shall help you. She told me that she should help me. And may turns to might in reported speech. I may go out. He said that he might go out. And I must study, must turns to had to, or it can stay the same. So I must study, he said that he had to study or he must study. You can use must in the same way, or you can change it into had to, it doesn't matter. And also be careful, past simple turns to past perfect, present perfect turns to past perfect, and past perfect stays the same and it is past perfect again in reported speech. So be careful because 3 different tenses become past perfect in reported speech. If we look at our books once more, there are some more examples about the tense change here. As you can see, I can help you, present simple. He said that he could help me, past simple in reported speech. So present simple, 1 tense back rule, past simple now. I'm driving, present continuous. Now, 1 tense back rule, it becomes past continuous. She said that she was driving. I will call you, will, turns to would in reported speech. So we say, he told me that he would call me. I met a girl at a party. Met is in past simple. And now, 1 tense back rule, it becomes past perfect. John told me that he had met a girl at a party. Last one, I have broken my arm, present perfect tense. Present perfect becomes past perfect in reported speech because of 1 tense back rule. So the reported sentences, Sarah said that she had broken her arm. So these are some more examples for the tense change. So the rule is 1 tense back rule, but is it enough? No, unfortunately, no. We need to change some other things too. So the first rule is 1 tense back rule. What about the second one now? And after we change the tense of the sentence, we need to look at the pronouns and possessive adjectives as well. Okay, look at the pronouns and the possessive adjectives in the original sentence and change them according to the person who reports it. So we have never been in Paris before. That is the sentence. He said that they had never been in Paris before. Be careful. Present perfect have never turns to past perfect had never here. And also I change a we into they here because the subject pronoun changes depending on the person who uses this sentence. I say we have never been in Paris before, and my friend reports this sentence to another person. So when reporting this sentence, you need to change the pronoun and you need to say they this time. For example, I love you. This is the original sentence. Who said them? Ali told Ayşe. Ali is the person who says, and Ayşe is the person who hears. So Ali told Ayşe that he loved her. Be careful, I turns to he here because Ali told this, and you turns to her here because Ayşe is the person who is hearing that sentence. You have broken my heart. Ayşe told Ali, for example. So by looking at Ayşe told Ali, by looking at the beginning of the reported sentence, we need to change the pronouns. Ayşe told Ali that he had broken her heart. You turns to he and my turns to her because Ali is the person who speaks here and Ayşe is the person who hears this sentence. Okay, so first, 1 tense back rule. Second, pronouns and possessive adjectives will change. And the third rule is you must change the time and place expressions in your sentence too. For example, if the original sentence is I waited for you here, in the reported speech, you mustn't say here, but you must change it into there. Otherwise, there will be a problem in the meaning of the reported sentence. He said to her that he had waited for her there. Look at this sentence. I waited, he had waited. Past simple turns to past perfect. I turns to he, you turns to her, and here turns to there. So we changed the tense, we changed the objects and subject pronouns, and we changed the place expression. Okay, 3 changes together. I woke up early yesterday. He said that he had woken up early the day before or the previous day. So in the reported speech sentence, we don't say yesterday, but we change it into the day before or the previous day. And I will go out tomorrow. In the reported speech sentence, we don't say tomorrow, but we say the next day. So she said that she would go out the next day. In your original sentence, if you use this, it turns to that in reported speech. These turns to those in reported speech. So be careful about these expressions too when you are changing the direct speech into indirect speech. So let's go back to our book. And here the difference between say and tell is given. We say he said that he loved me. We don't say he said me, be careful, because after said, we mustn't use an object pronoun. And if we use told, he told me that he loved me, we use an object pronoun here, and he told that he loved me is a mistake because we have to use an object after told here, okay? So if everything is all right, let's look at the next page and let's answer the questions about past perfect here. Okay, here in unit 12b, in the first exercise, we are going to change the sentences into reported speech. And in the second part, write the sentences in direct speech. It's just the opposite, be careful. This time in section B, the indirect speech sentences are given. We are going to change them into their original forms, into the direct speech here. Now I'm waiting for you to answer them for a few seconds, please. Okay, if you're ready, let's check your answers. The first one, I love you. He told her that he loved her is given here. I am hungry is the original sentence, the direct speech. In reported speech, we say Anna said that she was hungry. She was hungry. I will call the doctor. Remember, will turns to would in reported speech. So he said that he would call the doctor. I have bought a new phone. Have bought, present perfect tense, be careful. Paul told us that he had bought a new phone. Present perfect turns to past perfect. He had bought a new phone. I live in the city center. Present simple. She said that she lived in the city center. So present simple turns to past simple in reported speech. We can't do it. Can't, be careful. They said that they couldn't do it. I saw a great film at the cinema. Julie said that she had seen a great film at the cinema. Past simple turns to past perfect. And number 7, I don't like dogs. Present simple. Ben told her that he didn't like dogs. Okay, if you want, you can check your answers once more on your screen here. So in this exercise, 1/10 back rule is used to change the direct speech sentences into indirect form. Okay, so let's go on with the next section now. In the next section, we are going to do just the opposite. This time, the indirect speech sentence is given. We're going to change it into the direct speech. We will write the original sentence that the speaker uses. He told her that he was a doctor. So this means that he said, I am a doctor. Okay, I am a doctor is the original sentence. She said that she was studying German. She was studying German. So the original form of this sentence is I am studying German. Okay, I am studying present continuous. She was studying past continuous. So in reported speech, one tense back again. Tony told me that his car had broken down. Be careful, his car had broken down. So what is the original sentence? What is the direct speech form of this sentence? Tom said, my car has broken down. Okay, my car has broken down. Number 3, Paul said that he will send me an email. He will send me an email, be careful. Paul said, I will send you an email. Okay, this is the direct speech. I will send you an email. Number 4, Wanda and Jack said they were in a hurry. So this means that the direct speech form of this sentence is we are in a hurry. He said that he hadn't finished his essay yet. Be careful. So what is the original form of this sentence? What does the speaker say originally? He said, I haven't finished my essay yet. Number 6, she told us that she wouldn't arrive on time. Be careful, wouldn't arrive. So what is the original form of this sentence? This is I won't arrive on time. Remember, will turns to would in reported speech. So in the direct speech, the correct form of the sentence is I won't arrive on time. Next one, David said he had just arrived in London. So David said, I have just arrived in London. Okay, present perfect turns to past perfect in reported speech, as you can see. Okay. So let's go back to page 96 and let's look at this exercise. In this exercise, we are going to hear a sentence in direct speech and we will change it into the indirect speech. We will change it into the reported speech by listening to who says it. We will start with he said or she said. For example, I am in a hurry. She said that she was in a hurry. I will write. He said that he will write. So the first 2 sentences are given, but we will talk about the others together.
12.6. 1.
I'm in a hurry.
She said that she was in a hurry.
2.
I'll write.
He said that he would write.
3.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it, the woman said. I didn't see it. This is the original form of the sentence. So what is the reported form of it? She said that she hadn't seen it, right? 1 tense back.
She said that she hadn't seen it.
4.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. This is the original sentence. He said, we will start with this. He said that he was hungry is the correct sentence, right? So for the others, I will not stop the recording. Please give the sentence yourself and after the beep, check your own answers, okay? I will not stop the recording again.
He said that he was hungry.
5.
I'll be late.
She said that she would be late.
6.
I've finished.
He said that he had finished.
7.
I'm coming.
She said that she was coming.
8.
I'll do it again.
He said that he would do it again.
9.
I had a great time.
She said that she had had a great time.
10.
I'm tired.
He said that he was tired.
Okay, so in the next exercise, in exercise D, this time you are going to complete the gaps by using the correct form of say or tell. Now I'm waiting for you to answer them for a few seconds. Okay, let's check our answers if you're ready. I have a problem, Annie said. Remember, after said, there is no object. After told, we must use an object. That is the difference. It's easy. So there is no object after the gap here. This means that we must use said. So next one is Annie told us that she had a problem. Here, us is the object pronoun. After the gap, there is an object. This means that this gap must be filled with told. Okay. Next one, Lisa said that she was leaving her husband. Again, there is no object here, so said is the correct answer. Number 4, he told the teacher that he'd left his homework at home. The teacher is the object here, and after the gap, there is an object, and therefore we use told to fill in this gap. Number 5, his teacher said that he didn't believe him, said because there is no object here, be careful. Number 6, can you tell Mark that I can't meet him tonight? We use can, and because of this, we use the infinitive form of the verb. We use tell, not say, because Mark is the object here. If there is an object after the verb, then this verb must be tell, not say. Next one is, what did you say to her? Remember, if there is an object, and if we use to here, we can also use say. I told you that before. So say to her is also possible. Tell her, say to her, or say. These are the options. When I was a child, my mother used to tell us, because us is the object here, used to tell us not to say hello to people we didn't know, because after this gap, there is no object here. So we must use say to fill in this gap. Okay. I hope everything is all right, and that's all for this lesson. Have a nice day.